Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining on this Feng Shui workshop. I'm super excited. Hi, Anna, we just got started. Thanks for joining in. So I will share, second, let's share, I have a presentation deck. Things open. One second. I think it's on the other screen. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. I found it. Okay. So I'm actually not gonna be able to see you guys now, because I have just one screen. Actually, yeah, when it does the one screen. So let's see. Can you guys see the presentation? I want to be able to see you guys. So sorry, this is my first workshop with Lightbook, so forgive me. So I want to be able to see you guys. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, we can hear you. We can see the screen. At least I can.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, you know what? Then I am going to just go with it. I can't really see you guys, but let me know if you have questions. And you guys are still seeing the screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Suo Lian, and I would like to start us off with just a brief meditation to come to center and grounding. So if you could please put your feet flat on the floor, and we're just going to do some grounding meditation. So both feet flat on the floor. We're going to breathe in through the nose and breathe out. When you breathe out, imagine that you have roots growing the bottom of your feet and the end of your spine at your root chakra. So grow your roots deep down to the earth. And you're going to send that energy down to the earth, to Mother Earth. And then when you breathe in, you're going to inhale and bring that energy back up through your roots, to the bottom of your feet, and up your leg, up to your spine, to your heart center. And then exhale, you're going to bring that energy back down. So you do that a couple of times on your own rhythm. So exhale to send the energy down, and inhale to bring that energy back up to your body and to the heart. And on your next inhale, you're going to bring the energy up through the center of the earth, up your legs, your heart, past your heart, and up through the crown, to the top of your head, your crown chakra, and send the energy upwards to the universe, to the cosmos, to the divine. And then when you inhale, you're going to bring that energy back down to the top of your head, the crown chakra, and then bring it down to your heart center. And do that a couple of times on your own rhythm as well. And then the next time you inhale, I'd like you to bring the energy in both directions from the earth and then also from the universe. Bring in both directions to your heart center. We could do that. And then when you exhale out both directions, rooting down to the earth and then extend up to the sky. And we'll do that a couple of times. So as human, we have the ability to connect down to the earth and extend up to the earth, to the ceiling, to the universe. So we're the connector, that channel that connects earth and heaven. So when you're ready, I'd like to invite you to open your eyes. So we just did a little energy in your body. And so now we'll talk about energy for your home. Are you seeing the discussion topic slide?
No.
You're not, okay.
There's
No,
a symbol.
We just see a symbol, yeah.
Okay, that's just the logo. How about now?
Nope, still
Okay.
symbol.
I apologize. I am not used to this one yet. Okay, are you seeing the discussion topic slide?
Yeah.
Now we can.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for bearing with me. So as an introduction, my name is Sue Olian, and I've been a professional interior designer for over 25 years. And I've been on a spiritual journey for about 15 plus years. And it's really opened up a lot of world. So this is a culmination of everything that I do. It's in the home space. And by doing Feng Shui work in my own life, I've seen such transformation and shifts and really gotten clear on what my life's purpose is, which is to share this ancient knowledge of Feng Shui and combining with the beauty of interior design, so I can inspire people to bring beauty and harmony into their homes. So today we'll focus our talk on Feng Shui. We'll go over what the 5 elements are. We'll talk about some elemental colors. There are different schools of Feng Shui, so we'll talk about them. And I'll give you some practical tips to start practicing Feng Shui right away. I'd like to start with a brief video. Let's see. Feng Shui. Feng Shui is an ancient Eastern design philosophy centered on balancing the energy in your home. It has been around for over 4,000 years and is still popular today. Feng Shui seeks to optimize energy or qi within a space. The literal translation, Feng means wind and Shui means water. They represent the natural energy flow that is all around us. By understanding how to influence the flow of energy in your space, Feng Shui can empower you to neutralize negative energies and harness the good ones to maximize your life's potential. Feng Shui invites us to be conscious of the natural energy that surrounds us. Feng Shui is the art of arranging your environment to promote energy flow throughout your home or business. The underlying principle is that when energy flows well in your space, everything else in your life will also flow effortlessly. It can enhance wealth and abundance, improve your relationship and career, improve health and well-being, create harmony in your home, and in turn your life. We spend on average 90% of our time indoors. And as a result, we're all affected by this invisible energy that surrounds us. Feng Shui allows us to be in the flow of energy and remove energy that blocks us unconsciously or consciously in our space and in our life. Feng Shui uses the 5 elements theory: fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. It comes from the same root as acupuncture. The 5 elements are believed to be the fundamental elements that represent everything in the universe. The goal is to have the right balance of these elements in your environment to promote harmony and invite peace, balance, and prosperity into your home and your life. As an expert in this ancient art form, I will analyze the energy blueprint of your space using classical feng shui and suggest placement of objects, artwork, furniture, colors, and other factors that can influence the flow of energy in your environment. I use feng shui's best practices to create spaces that promote good energy flow and maximize the potential of your home or business. As a designer, I strive to create spaces that are both beautiful and functional. By combining beauty and harmony, I create well-balanced spaces that are both aesthetically pleasing and conducive to the flow of positive energy. I invite you to experience the transformative power of interior design and feng shui. Okay. I couldn't have said it any better, so that's why I'm sharing the video. It's concise. So I like to start with asking some questions. Do you feel stagnant areas in your life and sometimes you're just not sure why? Are there any blockages, and no matter how much work you do, they seem to always be there? And do you find that you do a lot of work on yourself? You know, as life bookers and Mind Valley, we do a lot of work on personal development. So it could be therapy, it could be setting intentions, but sometimes it just always seems that you fall back into old patterns. And would you like to have more positive energy flow in your relationship, love, career, finances, and health? I think the answer is yes for everyone. And to create more peace and harmony in your life. So I like to introduce the concept of what's called the cosmic trinity. And this talks about 3 different kinds of chi. So chi in it's energy, it's life force energy. So this has many different names in different cultures. So in yogic tradition, it's prana, it's that life force energy. In indigenous culture, it's spirit. So it's essentially the same thing. We talk about the energy force. So the first is the heavenly chi. And that is, if you believe in, different lifetimes, we have a soul. Before we come into this lifetime, we have a soul agreement, with certain people in our lives, whether that's parents, our partner, children. There's certain lessons that you want to learn in this lifetime. So that's sort of predetermined before we come in. So some people call it fate, some people call it destiny. So that's stuff that we can't really change. And then we have humanly chi. So that's our free will and all the decisions, actions, intentions, everything we do, in Mind Valley, in life book, all falls into this humanly chi. And then there's the earthly chi, which is about the environment. So this is, you've heard the saying that we are the sum of 5 people. that we're around with. That's also the earthly chi. And then Feng Shui also falls in this earthly chi area. So the Feng Shui work is it's working with the energy of our environment, so we can shift that. So by knowing, having the knowledge of Feng Shui, we can absolutely change the energy in our environment to work for us. And then combined with the human chi, which we also have 100% control of, it's these two combined, we can really make some major shifts in our lives. And they each account for about a third of the energy in our lives. So we could do a lot with our free will and our intentions to raise our own vibration. But then if your home, it's not supporting you, that's why it's really easy to fall back into old patterns, because that's the energy pattern that's present in your home. So by tapping into Feng Shui, we can shift the energy to help support our goals in life. Okay. So Feng Shui, the knowledge of Feng Shui really empowers us with the energy blueprint that's captured in the home or office space, so that you know how to remove blockages and stagnant energy. And then, so first we look to release the blockages, right? To neutralize the negative energy. And then we look to enhance the good ones. Because if we don't do that, the negative energies are going to block the good ones. So it doesn't matter how much we want all the good energy to work for us. First, we have to neutralize the negative energies, and then this way we can shift the energy so that it can work for us. And so, like I mentioned, we spend about 90% of our time indoors, and especially a lot of us work from home. I know I do, and we're all affected by this invisible energy that surrounds us. So it's scientifically proven that everything is made of energy. So our physical bodies, the air we breathe, our thoughts, tables, and chairs, everything's made of atom. There's neutron, there's protons, and it's all just energy, just spinning. So the reason we could see our physical body is because it's vibrating at a lower vibration, and so that's why it's physical. And then our thoughts or idea and the energy that it's around us it's actually vibrating at a higher vibration. That's why we can't see it, but they're there. So now imagine that you have the knowledge to maximize this energy in your homes, so you can be in the flow of universal energy and let it enhance every aspect of your life. So this is where Feng Shui comes in. So they say Feng Shui, some people say it's 5,000 years old, some people say 6,000 years old. I think it goes back even further. If you think of in the caveman days, if we find a cave, you're gonna move some rocks and maybe lay down some, fur or straws to make ourselves comfortable, right? So we're always looking, for our environment to provide security, so that we can thrive in the space. So, I mean, that's really the first form of Feng Shui, is working with the space. But so Feng Shui comes from China originally, and it combines the knowledge of astrology, geology, mathematics, physics, and philosophy. So it's really an art and a science. And it's a systematic way of analyzing the natural energy in our environment, so we can work with the energy that's around us. So think of it as acupuncture for the home, or office space. so when you go to acupuncturists, they put the needle in where there's blockages, right, where there's stagnant energy, so that the energy can flow. So it's the same thing. And so Feng Shui is acupuncture for the home. So the goals of Feng Shui is to really harmonize with the environment and the occupants, so that the occupants can thrive. And we can work with the positive energy flow to create harmony and balance, enhance prosperity and abundance. We can increase clarity and focus by creating spaces that is calm and organized, and we'll talk about that in a little bit more. It'll also support health and wellness, improve relationships, and the goal is really to empower you in a space that you can thrive in. So let's talk about the 5 elements. So the 5 element, it's about the energy that it carries. So for example, wood element is about the energy of growth and expansion. Think of a tree always growing upwards, right? Branching out to the sky. And fire is about transformation. Earth is about stability and grounding. Metal is about focus and clarity. And water it's about abundance. And so with these 5 elements, there are 3 cycles. So there's the productive cycle. So water feeds wood, wood feeds fire, fire feeds earth feeds metal, and metal feeds water. So going in reverse, it's the exhaustive cycle. So for example, water rusts metal. Metal, it's extracted from the earth. So earth dampens the fire, and fire burns wood, and wood absorbs water, so it takes away from it, right? You can see this in nature. And so the third cycle is the destructive cycle. So it puts out the element completely. So water puts out fire, fire melts the metal, metal chops the wood, wood takes away from earth, and then earth blocks the water. So these are the 3 cycles of the 5 elements, and it's the interaction of the elements that we're looking to balance, to create that balance and harmony in our homes. So we can work with colors with each of the elements. So the fire is represented by, think of a campfire or candle. So there's the reds, the orange, purple, hot pink. Hot pink, I don't know if it's in this, but in the center of the fire, there's like, that purple. Earth elements are represented by earth tones, so browns, beige, and yellow falls into the earth element. And metals are anything that is silver, gold, metallic, any gray tones. White falls into the metal family, and anything that's pastel, so very light tones of any of the color becomes a metal color. And water is represented by blues and black colors, and wood is like all shades of green. So I'll go over sort of the 3 major different types of Feng Shui. So in classical Feng Shui, I'm trained as a classical Feng Shui practitioner. So in classical Feng Shui, we look to analyze the energy that is captured in time and in space. So in time is the exact year, the year that the building is built, so when the roof is put on and when the energy is captured, right? And then in space is we look at the exact degrees that the home is facing, and so we can analyze the energy that is captured in the space. And in Feng Shui, we work with the Earth's magnetic energy. So it's not true north. So there's a distinction there. So I'll give you an example. I live in New York City. I'm in Manhattan, and the island of Manhattan is on 11-degree tilt. So in real estate terms, my apartment faces south. But in Feng Shui, if you're off by 15 degrees, anywhere 10, 15 degrees, it changes the direction. So in Feng Shui, my apartment actually faces southwest. So then based on the direction it faces, the year that it's built, I do a set of very complex calculation. It's very, very scientific, actually. And I come up with the energy blueprint or the natal chart, or some people call it birth chart of the home. So this way we can analyze how the energy is captured in different areas of the home. And then, the intention is we can influence these energy, good and bad, so that we can work with them to work for the occupants. And I'm going to give you an example of what it looks like. So this is an energy blueprint for an apartment in Brooklyn that I did. And so the map on the left, it's what's called a Bagua map. Bagua, it's an even square. It's divided by 9. That's overlaid into a home or a business space. It doesn't matter. It's it's still done the same way. And there are 9. It's called the flying stars, and they're universal celestial energy that comes in. That's why they're called flying stars. And so we've just entered into period 9 as of February 4th. So February 4th is the start of Feng Shui New Year. It's different from lunar calendar or the Lunar New Year, which works on the lunar calendar. So Feng Shui New Year actually follows the solar calendar. So there's a difference there. And so as of February 4th this year, 2024, we are now in period 9. And so 9 is now the success star, it brings wealth and abundance. For the last 20, each star has a 20-year life cycle. So the last 20 years, we've been in period 8. So you've heard a lot about, 8 is such a great number. Everybody wants 8 in their phone number, in their house numbers, because that was the star that reigned supreme, and it brings in happiness. It still has really, really good energy. So it's one notch down, now that we just started period 9. So there are 5 good energy, or 6, including 9 star. And then there are 3 not so good energy. So think of it this way. It's like the yin and yang of life. It's going to be good energy and not so good energy. That's all part of life. And this is what, we have to work with. And it's by knowing where they land in each of the sector or each gua of the home, then we know how to work with them. And the top 2 numbers are in each of the gua is what's called permanent stars. So that's when that building is built and the roof is put on, the energy is captured. And then there's the annual star that floats every year. And it's an interaction between the 3 stars that determines what remedy needs to be put in. So we're looking to balance these elements in each of the area. And this would be what elemental remedy would look like. So for example, this is for a single woman, and she's looking to get into a relationship. So there's an energy that's called peach blossom, which is for love and romance. And so we'll work with that peach blossom energy. And there are a couple of spots in her home that has that. But if this person was looking to, build a career, and they're looking to, for abundance and prosperity, then we work with a different element. In this case, we'll use fire to enhance the money energy, the numbers. And a lot of time we'll use heavy metal. Is it's like the acupuncture needle. It goes in and appears to very, very negative energy. So we do that with the annual, the 5-star is what's called the catastrophe star. It's the worst number. So we're looking to neutralize that negative energy. And then oops, there's one more slide here. This is the intentional Feng Shui. So in each sector of the home, the 9 areas, there's specific energy in that area that we work with. So for the Southeast, it's about wealth, prosperity, and abundance. So when we neutralize the negative numbers and the energy, and if there's good energy in there, that's what we look to balance out, is neutralize the negative energy, and then we can enhance the good ones, so that it can help us with the wealth and prosperity and abundance area. The South is all about fame, reputation, and recognition. The Southwest is all about love, relationship, and also self-love. The West is all about creativity, inner child, new beginnings, also children. If people are looking to, start a family, we work with this area a lot. In the Northwest, it's about help from the heaven. It's called the Heaven's Gate. And also, helpful people. And if there's, areas you want to travel to, we also work with this area. The North is about career, life's journey, and soul's work. And the Northeast is about wisdom, self-cultivation, and spirituality. And the East is about family, community, your soul family as well. And the center is all about unity, health, self-love. So in this example, on the lower left corner, the Northwest area is completely missing in this apartment. That's the common stair that comes up. She's on the 4th floor, 3rd or 4th floor. And so that's the common stair. So it's not part of the home. So what that means is this area, this energy is missing from the home. So we remedied this missing area to bring that energy back into the home. And it was only a month or 2 after we remedy, we did the feng shui for the home, and remedy this area. So I can tell you like some of the things that has happened. So at work, there was a girl that was having trouble. She was there for over 10 years, and then she moved and quit. And then the managing principal got fired. So she is now the managing principal for their New York office. And I've known her for quite a number of years. And for at least 5-7 years, she's talked about buying a house. And so last year she bought a house upstate New York. And so Feng Shui is working for her. So that's how, things will just flow your way. And it's sort of like, you don't know how it happens, but it just happens. And this is what's called the BTB Feng Shui. So if if people are interested, this Bakwa map comes up a lot. BTP BTB stands for Black Sect Tantric Buddhism, and it's a modern interpretation of classical Feng Shui principles, and it's developed in the 70s by Professor Lin Yun. He came to California from China in the 70s and developed this in the 70s and 80s, and it's referred to as the Western Feng Shui because it doesn't really take into account the direction or the year that it's built, because it's, you know, it's a lot more complicated to do those calculations. So this is a very simplified version of finding where the door is and then lay down the bakwa that way. And this is not how I practice Feng Shui. This is just a much simplified version of what a classical Feng Shui is. Does anyone have any questions? I'm gonna take a pause here. Does anyone have any questions?
I posted something in the chat. Can you hear me?
You know what? I can't see the chat. Why don't you tell me?
Oh, okay. So my question was, I was trying to write down when you were talking about fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. I was trying to write down what each of those, what those elements stand for, or what energy it has, and I got behind. So can you just repeat that?
Sure.
Thank you.
So
sorry.
the wood element, it's about growth and expansion.
Okay.
And fire element, it's about transformation.
Fire transformation. I got that one.
The earth element is about grounding and stability.
Okay, grounding and stability. Okay.
And the metal element is about focus.
Focus. Okay.
And water has a lot to do with prosperity.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep. And does anyone else have any questions? And I'll give you some practical tips. Okay. If not, then I will keep going. Oh, and also to piggyback on that question. So some ways we can use these energy, like for example, we want to, use the energy of growth and expansion. So you could bring the wood element, bring in some life plans. Let's say you want your abundance, prosperity area to grow. We would bring the wood element. So bring a lush, plan to help bring that energy into that area of your home.
Hi, this is Mary. I have a question.
Yeah.
When you're doing the neutralization of the negative energy, is that done all at the same time in the house, or is it room by room with the Bagua map, or how is that started?
So to work with all the energy, I actually have to go through a very complex set of calculations. It's too much to go over. That takes years of practice. And then it's the art of the remedy. It really is years of practice and knowledge to find the right balance so that we are working to neutralize any stagnant energy, any negative energy that is going to block us from moving forward. And then working with whoever that lives there, what their life goals are, because everybody's different, right? So some people,
true,
they want to enhance their love area. That example I gave you, she very much wants to be in a relationship, and her work was really important. And so, wanting to get into a home. And so it's to work with the goals, to enhance these goals in your life.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I will continue with, okay, so I'm going to give you guys some practical tips that you can do right away. So let's start from the front entrance. So at the front door is what's called the mouth of Qi. And this is where majority of the Qi enters your home. And then the rest will come in through the windows, other openings, but the entrance door, it's what's called the mouth of Qi. So we want to keep this area clutter-free so that the positive energy can flow into the home. And you can welcome the Qi by adding a floor mat on the, welcome mat, some lush plant, again, bringing that lush energy, that growth and expansion. Maybe some beautiful piece of artwork. Maybe it's like a beautiful orchid, at the table, so that we can attract positive energy to flow into the home. And mirror is really amazing in Feng Shui. We use mirror a lot, but the right placement is really important. So the mirror at the entranceway should be placed so that is perpendicular to the entrance door. You don't want to have the mirror directly in front of the door, because it will bounce the Qi right back out as the Qi is trying to enter the home. It'll bounce it back out. And then so this placement is correct. And ideally, instead of having small pieces of mirror like this, is to do one large piece of mirror, because this actually cuts up the Qi as it's coming into the home. And I'll give you some tips on the bedroom. So you want to set the bed in a command position, which means you can see the door, but not directly in line with the door, because that's too much Qi. So the door ideally should be sort of off to this side, not directly in front. And we want a solid support, having a solid headboard, having a solid wall. This is going to give us that grounding energy as we sleep. Want to create balance, so having a pair of nightstands, one on each side, pair of lamps, table lamps. It's going to really create the balance. Whether you're in a relationship or not, you still want to create that balance within yourself. So it's really important to keep it clutter-free, especially under the bed, because our energy circulates when we sleep. And so we want to, have clear circulation for our energy. And then mirror placement again, really important. When you're laying in bed, you should not be able to see your own reflection. So off to the side is okay, but not directly across from the bed where you're going to see so it can cause some health issues. And you want to minimize the electronic devices, for it's a lot of EMF and also just distraction, right? So in the bedroom, we want to try to keep the energy very yin, or very restful, right? Because the bedroom it's all about rest and romance. And so we want to keep the energy down. So having one plan is okay, but don't go crazy. If you have too many plans, wood energy is about growth and expansion. And in the bedroom, we want to keep it very, very yin, very quiet. And so, yeah, one plan is good, but not too many. And then some tips on the bathroom. So always keep the toilet lid down and the bathroom door closed, because bathroom has very draining energy. And, think of every time you flush the toilet, the energy gets drained down with it. And also, You want to keep the lid down for another reason, just sanitary reason, because it stirs up whatever is in there into the air. So good idea to always keep them closed. So the bathroom has too much water element. It's excess water between the toilet, the sink, the tub. So we don't want to add any more water element to it. You know, I see a lot of people having blue theme in the bathroom. So what happens when you have overabundance of water element in your home? You could become really emotional. So we want to balance out that excess water with wood element. So you can get some plants in there. They should be live plants rather than plastic, because that's the energy we want, right? From the wood element. And then you can also add some earth elements to ground the energy. So earth element could be, these are ceramic tiles or porcelain tiles, brown earth tone colors. It could be crystals, it could be rocks. Seashell is also considered an earth element. And you want to repair if there's any leaks. So if you remember, the water has to do with finances. So that means you're, draining money away. So if there's any leaks, you want to fix it promptly. And then in summary, I would like to invite you to just consciously connect with the energy of your home and the spaces around you. So every night before I go to sleep, I stand in the middle of my apartment and I give thanks to the home supporting everything I do, right? All activities, and we don't give our home enough thanks. And home is also made of energy. So when it receives that energy, it will also give that energy back to you. Because we're really deeply connected with our home. So it really is an outer expression of our inner world. And we can tap into this natural energy in our space to support and achieve our goals to move forward in life. And we can shift the energy of our home and our lives with the power of our intention and this ancient knowledge of Feng Shui. Okay, so I'm going to come back around. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I broke up with my boyfriend who I thought was my soul person, and it's been very, very difficult. I had been with him for about 3 years, and so I'm still working on healing from that, but I would like to. I'm 56 years old, so I'm like, I want to get on this idea of trying to still find romance and a person to be with. I'm very much a relationship person. So in my home, I remember, I can't think of her name now. One of the ladies that was talking during one of the Mind Valley.
Marie Diamond.
Yes, Marie Diamond. She was talking about, the colors in the bedroom being like those warm colors you had talked about. Whoops, I'll put this on. Sorry. The reds, the oranges, that kind of stuff. But I'm I haven't done anything about it yet. I'm in the middle of a bunch of different things I just need to make it a priority because it's so important to me. But I don't know if you have any other advice, just general advice for the environment. We're trying to bring that in.
So really having things in pairs.
Pairs?
Pairs.
Okay.
Because it'll bring that energy of, pairs, right? So if you sort of go around your home and just notice, are there photos or artwork of like single women? I would replace them with pairs, or it could be flowers, it could be birds, love birds. But because artwork has so much it's constantly sending us a subliminal message.
Okay.
So yeah, go around your home to see if, things that can be in pairs better, and, what's on your artwork. And then also the wall that is in front of your bed, directly in front.
Uh-huh.
What's on that wall?
Actually, there's nothing on that wall. I have a picture. It's a print of a Gustav Klimt, who I love because he does a lot of that very embracing, prints, and he did a lot of prints and paintings of couples embracing, and they're very, I just have always been touched by those. So one of those prints is framed and it's leaning against the wall. It's on top of my dresser. There's a quote there.
So that wall, use it as your vision board. So this is what I call a 3-dimensional vision board.
Okay.
So because that wall is one of the most important wall in your entire home. That is the wall you're going to see before you go to sleep every night, and the first thing you see when you wake up. And so what do you want to manifest in your life? Put it on that wall.
Okay.
Right? And so these are more general Feng Shui. And then, of course, if you want to go deeper, classical Feng Shui is the most potent because it works with the energy. Because without seeing what the energy in your home, it's hard to, there might be something that's blocking that energy flow, right? So when we look at the classical Feng Shui, then we can see, oh, well, you've got peach blossom energy in this area, then we could bring in elements. We work with water element to because the peach blossom is a wood energy. So I do a lot with to activate the peach blossom. We use moving water. We also I would need, there's every person has like a specific angle degree, like a 15-degree angle that you work with to activate your peach blossom. So I, would look at your birth year, your birthday, and there's a bit of calculation to do. I just did a apartment in Miami. Her love area was in the toilet because she said every time she goes down to Miami, she has a place in New York, an apartment in New York, and then a place in Miami. And she said every time she goes down to Miami, her love life goes to shit. And I looked at her book and I'm like, because your love area is in the toilet.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then so we repainted her bathroom to a dusty rose to bring that, peach blossom energy in. We went and got like a pair of peonies, 2 rose quartz hearts. And then she got a new shower curtain with like a Paris theme, raining couples under the umbrellas.
Right.
So you want to bring all that energy into the area.
Okay.
And she said, yeah, the love life is good now.
I don't know what to do. I've had such bad luck, but that's okay. All right. But that's in the past. We're moving forward. All right. I'm going to work on this.
Okay.
Rose quartz.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Yes, I do as well. So first of all, thanks very much for this presentation.
Yes,
so my question is, what's the most important in Feng Shui? Is it actually all these fundamentals that you went through that are applicable for absolutely everyone? Or is it the tips and tricks based on your birth date? Based on your own, success position, health position, and everything. Because I'm a little bit confused. I applied in my home Feng Shui based on my my number, my birth date, and I'm now wondering what is the most important. And on top of that, there is this birthdays recommendation, right? Birthday date recommendation. So if I am number 8, then my success direction is southwest, etc., etc. And I understand that these recommendations also changed every year. So what is the most important for the foundational that are applicable for everybody, or is it better customized Feng Shui based on your birth date, or is it the year that we have? So like the 2024, that is the most important.
There is many layers to Feng Shui. It's a really deep knowledge. It's been around for thousands and thousands of years, right? And it, it still works today. So there's definitely something to it. So there's a lot of, like you said, there's so many layers. So what's the most potent to me? It's the classical Feng Shui, because it works to, with the energy of your home. So when we do, because the way that so I do classical Feng Shui. It's the number one. We also remedy your home has an element as well. So we look to support the home so that the home can support us. And so there's some remedy that may be on the outside, depending on if you live in an earth home. And, we want to maybe add some fire to help with to support the home. And then sometimes because everything, the energy changes, right? Nothing is permanent. This is just a fact. And so some years the house will go into locks. So sometimes it's money lock, sometimes it's people lock. And so we look to get out of the lock. That's a really super important thing. Like if it's in a lock, it's just, your energy is like, can't move. It's just blocked. And so, so there's some stuff looking at the home, the house type. We look to remedy or correct. And then for the inside, classical Feng Shui is the most potent. Then I layer in intentional Feng Shui. So we work with a different area, but first we neutralize the negative energy. And that the only way to do that is with classical Feng Shui, because it tells us how the energy fall within the home, right? And then the personal trigram, what you're talking about, what Marie Diamond does, I took a class as well, and she's really good. But, as a more general information that could be applicable to more people, it's hard to get into the specific, of exact degree that your home faces and, all that, right? So I layer in the personal trigram. So you're an earth person. So I look to see colors that support earth person. Your bed sheet should be more beige or earth tone colors. So as you sleep, you're being supported. And then we work with the directions as well. So that's sort of at the bottom, more at the bottom of the list to work with. So there's many, many layers and there are a lot of information. They're more generic. And so, if you really want to go on this Feng Shui journey to help and get sort of the maximum result, then you really want to work with the Feng Shui specialist, because then we it can look exactly at what the energies capture in your home, how to neutralize them, and then we can layer on all this other stuff on top of it. Because most of the other sort of like more generic stuff, you can just layer on their enhancements. But if the negative energy is still there, like for example, if there's a money lock or a people lock, none of this enhancement is going to work.
Yeah, thank you.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay.
I have a question. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You know how my one son's got a bed with that's got like storage underneath. We don't really put much under it. But is it a problem when there's no place for the air to circulate and because it's all a block?
Yeah, so how does he sleep?
He sleeps on the bed, but what I'm saying is that underneath the bed, it's a storage. It's like those beds that have storage underneath.
Right, and I'm asking, does he sleep well, or does he have trouble
Oh,
sleeping?
is that what you mean? Sorry. Yeah, I think he's okay. I don't really know.
Okay. Because if, some people are more sensitive than energy than others. And, so for some people, it doesn't bother them. For people that are more sensitive to energy, then I would say, ideally under the bed is clear so that this energy can circulate when we sleep.
So these beds that have storage underneath them, even if we don't use it for storage, they actually block the energy. Then the energy can't go under the bed, right?
But if he sleeps okay, then I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, it's like, a lot of people have trouble sleeping, and we want to look to see what's the root of it. Like sometimes I just did a big house in Florida, and she has 3 children, 2 sons and 1 daughter, and the middle son has a lot of trouble. And when I see the house, he's sleeping over the garage, and it's very ungrounding energy. And so when I mentioned it to her, I was like, he feels like he's not part of the, he's not included. And she's like, yeah, exactly. So everything in the home shows up in your life.
Okay, so
yeah,
the main bedroom, my bedroom's over the garage.
Yeah.
What is that?
So you want to ground the energy of the room. So you can place mirrors. They're like 2-inch round mirrors, and with the reflective side pointing down.
Okay.
And then you can bring in rose quartz in all 4 corners to ground that energy. And do you park the car in the garage, and do you use
No, we use the garage as a training area. So we've got a sauna in there and mats and exercise equipment. So we don't use it for cars.
Okay, great, perfect, because that's not good, because all the car moving in and out, and also when you turn on the car, the exhaust, so that's bad for health just in general.
Yeah.
But that energy of moving too much is also very ungrounding. So I would just say keep the garage neat and tidy, clutter free, because clutter is just confusing energy, right? And so yeah, so I would say to keep it clutter free. I think we missed one slide. I had a slide on decluttering. Did we go over that? I think I went too fast on the slide.
No, and that would be great. I'm the clutter queen.
Yeah, clutter really is confusing energy for the home. Did we miss this slide? Can someone give me a yes or no?
I don't think we went over it.
Okay.
No, we didn't do clutter on a slide.
Okay, you can see this though, right? So to declutter, so this is the number one way clutter.
Can you see the slide? Can everybody see it? I can't see it.
I see the screen, but not a slide.
Okay, I see the screen too, but not a slide. So when you switch, Now it's just all of us again.
Hold on.
So you have to go back to whatever you were on before when you were doing the PowerPoint.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. So
Thank you.
clutter is the number one way that that the energy cannot flow. So declutter is super, super important, so that the energy can flow freely in the home. And so I would recommend to start one area at a time. It could be your desk, could be your kitchen, could just be 3 cabinets for today. And, just start small and make it fun for yourself. Like put on some good music and block out a few hours. If you have 2 hours, if you have 4 hours, on a weekend afternoon, but make it a point to do this. There's a really good way to, the 3-box method. You can keep, donate, and toss. This is also letting go and releasing items that are no longer serving you both physically and mentally, right? And psychologically. So when you release and let go, you're going to feel so much lighter. And someone else can use this stuff that you're not using, right? After you've gone through, like I would, if you want to start at the front door with like coat closets and then work your way around the entire house. And if it's, blocking a couple of hours every weekend, every other weekend, however that works for you. But after you've gone through and organized everything, right, we want to organize with intention, right? And then it's like regular maintenance, because it's still gonna come back if you don't keep it up. So I would schedule that regular time in your calendar. If it's I don't know, open a bottle of wine, and so you can really get into it. And this is also just a spiritual cleansing as well. When you declutter, remember, everything in your home shows up in your life. So that I'm gonna stop sharing now. So Janelle, if in your relationship things that you need to release and let go, you don't need to hang on to those anymore.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
that's helpful.
cutting cords.
Thank you.
Yeah, keeping those stuff around is keeping that energy around, and it's not serving you anymore.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So, okay, good. I'm glad you guys reminded me. I was like, yeah, wait a minute. I had a slide in there. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? If not, then we can, I'll stop recording. Thank you so much for